Okay, so today explaining the Kalachakra most basic level. From the most basic, but nobody discussed. So start from there, and then we can see how much we can extend. So let's say, as everybody knows, Kalachakra empowerment in the public, in Tibetan tradition, in Tibet, outside Tibet, everywhere, everybody do, and the public empowerment. The other deities, Chakrasambhara, Vajra, Samaya, Yamintaka, Vajakulya, all of them, they don't. We all know. Why? Did anybody discuss before? Why? What are the differences? That's what I'm talking about. Very simple, basic, and everybody know. But nobody knows why. So those, so we have to make clear a little bit. In our advertisement, I saw the one of the most complete Tantra is the Kalachakra. That's not fully true. Not one of the most complete and the most extensive, the most profound is the Kalachakra Tantra. So please, everybody make understand very clear. Many people listening online, and yes, Tibetans and non-Tibetans, everybody should understand this. It's not the one of, it is the most. That's the one of the reasons Kalachakra value very high. That's why I'm more famous, so His Holiness give the Kalachakra empowerment, public, not the others. So we have to know what the reason. One of the reasons, because that's the best. That's why. Okay, any other reason? Yes, the other reason, customed. Customed means when Shambhala, Manjuyasha, first Rigdan, first Karki, he made all Shambhala one caste, no many different castes, made all Vajra caste. Durjirik, Riktam Chek, Durjirik Subdu. Oh, made one family, not a different caste. That time, first time, he gave in the public, not private. So any other Tantras, anybody given a public Shambhala Dharmakins? No. Or any other master, Indian master did? No. So that's why we have customed Kalachakra Tantra give public. Okay. But the custom is okay, good, but custom is not good enough. Maybe sometimes we have to know the reason behind reason behind why custom, why they choose that. We never seen that any text explained. We never hear any Lama explain why. So the only way we can say we have to understand the logically why should be. We have enough to reason in why should be, right? So the reason should be Kalachakra Tantra, only Tantra prophesies this world can have a golden age. Second golden age, we can have it through this Kalachakra Tantra. Any other Tantra? No, never. Any other Sutra? No, never. Only Kalachakra Tantra prophesies that. So that is the should be real reason. Why? Because if you give a public as much as make propensity, very important to make even propensity. A little seed. So that's the should be the reason. Why? Because who don't want the golden age? Perfect peace and harmony, golden age. Who not wish? Everybody, no exception. But how this world now is perfect? Not perfect. Never been perfect. It will not be perfect if we not enough emphasize on Kalachakra Tantra. That should be main reason. That's not I said it. This is Buddha said. This is Kalachakra Tantra said. What about Shambhala? That's in Shambhala said. In the Shambhala, when Buddha taught Kalachakra to the Suchantra, first Dharma kin in Shambhala, that the root text said these prophecies. So other sutras say Buddhism only 5,000 years lasts. But women ordained, so now maybe half. That's the sutra say, that's the Vinaya say. So it means, is women is that bad? Women ordained, so that's why all half of Buddhism life going to shorten? No. The answer is not. The answer is Sutrayana is good, but there is limitation. Vinaya is good, but there is a limitation. All Buddha's teachings, there's some perversion of teachings. So what is the most definitive is Kalachakra. Kalachakra Tantra. Okay, that's why Kalachakra can make the golden age, can transform this world and perfect golden age. That's not I said, Buddha said, and Kalachakra root text said. Everybody knows. I mean, everybody have knowledge, they know. That's should be the real reason. But that's the not only reason. That's the not only reason. What else should be the more reason? Kalachakra Tantra, in modern language, if we say, is updated Vajrayana, update version of Vajrayana. The most elaborated and profound, extensive teaching in this world, not just for Buddhists, in this world. There's no such system more extensive than, more profound than Kalachakra, but also there's no equal to the Kalachakra. That should be the real reason as well why Kalachakra important. Because everybody acting as like important, but not knowing why is important. So if this is the next question, maybe in your mind, if that is Kalachakra the most important, why Tibetans didn't focus 100% Kalachakra Tantra? Why didn't Indians didn't focus 100%? Why Tibetans focus only Kalachakra? Why didn't? That question come up. The short answer, easy answer. Not everybody knows the most value. Only few people have capacity to know that. Not everybody. For instance, why the value of life? Not everybody have capacity to know the most value in the life. You know, what is the most value life? Live virtuous life. Live altruistic life. That's the most valuable. Nobody can argue. But at the same time, not many people live like that life because you can't see the value. You can't get it. The same thing, the most important Kalachakra Tantra. Yes, but not everybody focus that. Another reason, we have saying, Tibetans saying, Jakar Hakchikin Song, what Hamang Gapong. That means Indians win with a one deity focus, one practice focus. And Tibetans fell with too many deities, too many practices. Not focus on one thing, it goes everywhere, everything. I want this, I want this, I want this. Oh, maybe this better, maybe this. You know, like that way. That the Tibetans said, okay, not other people said, okay. If the other people said, oh, we don't agree. But I think that some of the Atisha, you know, some of the very important ones, they taught, oh, Tibetans fell because they want too many things and not focus in one thing. So that happens, Kalachakra. They didn't focus Kalachakra, they focus many other things. Oh, maybe this one better, maybe this one better. And then say, oh, different traditions. Oh, this one may be better, this one may be better. Oh, our one's better than yours, you know, like that way. So then, you know, scattered everywhere. But if everybody focus on Kalachakra Tantra, probably the golden age already done. That's my guess. That's my guess. But we haven't done. Why? Because one way is we good, or somehow we know the Kalachakra important. So all Tibetan traditions, they know it's something important, but they don't know why important. Okay? That's the good part is there's something knowing is important, but the bad part, don't know why it's important. When you don't know why it's important, then you don't pay attention too much. You don't make focus too much, right? So that's why. So then Kalachakra Tantra, I think, start 17 different translations start in Tibet, which means everybody first thought, oh, this is so exception, so good, good, good. But then slowly, somehow lost. Lost means not entirely lost. Not entirely lost, but the focus shift. Oh, Sakyapasi, oh, maybe is Hevajra better. Nyomaba, oh, Nyomaba is better. Oh, among the new translation, always Nyomaba say Kalachakra definitely the best. But you know, of course, our Nyoma, the old ancient translations better. They think that way. Not everybody knowing through the reasoning, but brainwash each other. So then they know. Yeah, so that way everybody is focus shift. So then what happened now? Gelugpas know very well Kalachakra rituals. I've been Gelugpa monasteries, they even memorize. They have to, there's one section of the monks only for Kalachakra focus. But the focus is only ritual, only choka. So Kalachakra choka, they memorize, even not just text. But the problem is there's no completion practice. You know how to chant. You know what to do, the ritual object and those things. Very nice. Looks very nice. It's all good. It's nothing bad. But the limitation is not focused, not prioritized. So that's why it's just ritual. Right? Nyamapa, no ritual, no Kalachakra ritual. Satyapa, no ritual. Mostly I'm talking about, okay, each monasteries. Gelugpa or big monasteries, they have ritual. Small monasteries, of course, they don't. But the others, all of them, they don't. But some people learn intellect. Not many. If there's 1,000 monks, maybe 50 monks maybe learn some intellect of Kalachakra. If there's 10,000, maybe 100 monks maybe learn the intellect of Kalachakra. That's it. But intellect is not easy. Not easy. Because the Kalachakra means the whole Buddhism, another version. Kalachakra means the whole Buddhism. Abhidharma, Paramata, Madhyamika, Tantrayana, everything. On the top of this, astrology, that other Buddhism don't have things with astrology, cosmology, medicine, yogas, so many other things. So that's why some knowledge, yes, but cannot be expert. cannot, if your entire your life, if you focus Kalachakra intellect, maybe you can be expert on intellectual level, but not just part of literature study. So that's why it not happened. Institution politics or whatever, sometimes big tiny politics, these things in their terms, then we all know when politics come in mixed in the Dharma, then it's going to be not completely pure. So then, politically, Kalachakra empowerment means something attracting people. Not too much in the West, but in Tibet, Mongolia, let's say Bhutan or something, then is a big attraction. So then what happens? I'm not saying everybody, okay? Some individuals, maybe they qualified, but non-qualified ones also, they claims I do Kalachakra empowerment. We do Kalachakra empowerment. So they do that. So what they're doing? Now we have to know what is the qualification means to perform in Kalachakra empowerment. What is the qualification we need? Realize. If you know how to read the ritual, is that means qualified? The answer is no. If you have a big title, is that means you have qualification? The answer is no. So the qualification is, of course, the best qualification, you have a realization of the ultimate truth, not intellectually, but directly. You have the experience. When you have experience, then this captures every single important is captured. But that's a little bit difficult to judge who has this, who has not has this. Not easy to judge. Maybe whole life spent time together, people maybe can get it, maybe some judgment. But it's still, let's say, who knows this person have qualification or not? Only the teachers, at least 20 years spend time with this disciple, then the teacher definitely know he or she is qualified or not. But other than that, nobody know. So forget about that one. But let's say at least obvious level, what is the you need for qualification is you have to have practiced. Yeah, meant to be your main focus, your main yidam, your main deity. And you practice it from the preliminaries up to the generation and completion practice. You done longer retreat with a qualified master. Not just for a few years, for many years, or at least your teacher, your master, qualified, admitted this my disciple is qualified to give Kalachakra empowerment to others. That's minimum level you have to have. That's qualification. So in the world now, many of them, not even 1/10 of the qualification, but they're doing. The doing means anybody can read text and then say, oh, doing something, object like this. Anybody can do. So then the other people don't know. Oh, they think, oh, this must be, right? So these things are happening. Why I'm telling you this? Because these things make our golden age. Golden age more distant, because many people fake up this one or this. But who are attending the people? If they are sincere, they are innocent, it's nothing wrong with them. It is okay. It's not zero benefit because your intention, your insincere, but not real benefit, no real benefit. So that's why this world still we have struggling. My main explanation today, what I'm saying is why this world is still struggling. Because not many people focus Kalachakra, not the main focus. Secondly, many people make fake. That's the reason. Slow down. That's not only reason. Of course, there's many other people doing bad things and many other things. But this is one of the reasons. That could be the main reason. So that's what I'm trying to explain. So let's say, what happens? Okay, some fake Lama give fake Kalachakra empowerment. Okay, if I attended, then I try to practice. Okay, is what happened? It's not harmful. It is not going to be harmful. You go to hell or you're going to be have bad luck. No. But what happens is you never get real realization. That's all. It's not very, very bad. It's not like that. But it's you never get a real realization because there's nothing there. So there's nothing to get it. That's it. It's simple. That's what we have to realize. That's all. So, okay, then that case, if the Lama is very good, if then is authentic, it is qualified, then everybody gets perfect? No. The answer is no again. It's no. It's not only just master is perfect. It's not only that. How many people attend His Holiness the Dalai Lama's empowerment? How many people attend? You can't say he is not perfect. That's impossible, right? But we all not perfect. So that's why. But if you attend a qualified master, then you yourself qualify. Ourself, if it's qualified to means sincere, understand, the distinguish, and main focus, main priority, then it's not guarantee your own liberation. Not only that, you could reach a rainbow body before your death, but at least you can get through the death process, or at least the bardo after death, or many process, many opportunities. But we not talk about details of that today. If you impact it, if you practice it, you're going to impact whole this world. You contribute a big contribution to this world, going to be perfect peace and harmony. That is huge. Why? Because that is real body salvation. That is the Shambhala's mission. That means all the Shambhala, the Karkis, and these people is a warrior, means compassionate warrior, which means like bodhisattvas, and Vajrayana version of bodhisattvas, not Sutayana version. Okay, so that means their mission is to liberate us and liberate this earth, which means transform perfect golden age here. What do you mean perfect golden age? Means everybody live perfect peace and harmonious life. Harmonious life means not just, oh, neighbor, I not bother you, you not bother me, we live quiet. It's not that. There's no conflicts, there's no wars, there's no competition, there is no depression, there's no anxiety, there's no loneliness, basically. There's no disease. There's no computation, means your life is very peaceful. In this life, in this world today, not perfect. Why? Not very peaceful. Why? Because computation, bias. Where does computation come from? Bias mind. Not unbiased, not remain, not remain. Or you, me, this and this. So many discriminations. As soon as you have these discriminations, you have computations, then there's attention. There's attention, then you have become more anxiety. No worry. Then you cannot reach your goals and what you want, you cannot satisfy, then you depress. So then you give very, very selfish each other, then you become lonely. Because we think making happiness, oh, my freedom, my private life, my individual freedom, I don't want to listen to anybody, I'm my own boss, and like this. You pursue happiness, but eventually you get loneliness. You loneliness because you don't trust anybody, you don't have anybody, basically. Do you have anybody you trust 100%? 100%, zero doubt for anything. If you have it, that means really, really you have a valuable life. But otherwise, it doesn't matter, you are millionaires, you are billionaires, whatever, everybody say you are excellent, doesn't matter. Let's say Lama, everybody say, oh, so great, and everybody, or anybody famous, or everybody like, oh, it looks like, but still inside you suffer. Doesn't matter you're Lama or whatever, everybody acting in front of you, not the real truth, No matter you are famous celebrity, it doesn't matter. Everybody acting, then you know acting, and you don't trust anybody actually. Everybody up to your money, up to your position, or whatever. Then there is no real happiness because there's no real trust. There's no real trust means there's no real security. Doesn't matter with security. Oh, this insurance for this insurance, too much pressure money. That's all. It is no real insurance. There is no real security. Nothing. So that's why golden age perfect life means everybody understands this. And then there's no poverty. You know how much money in the world selfishly people using. So everybody works so hard because a few rich people play games. Basically, we exhausting our life for them. But they also get nothing. No real happiness, nothing. Just only illusion, right? But if everybody understand and share this world already rich, you don't need anything. Everybody comfortably, zero worries, and live comfortable. But then, you know, the most important, if person like this, everybody is like this mindset, means you creating new world. Do you know that? Because we are created, not the God. Remember, not God, not Buddha. We are created. We are created means our karma. Our karma means our action. Our action means our mind mental state, you know, mind attitude and intention. This is the creator. So that's why the earth is going to be rejuvenated. No more global warming, no more, you know, like all these environmental problems disappear. All the disease, all going to disappear. Logically, makes sense. But why people don't do that? Because you not understand Kalachakra. You not understand external Kalachakra. You not understand internal Kalachakra. You don't understand enlightened Kalachakra. You don't understand the relationship, this together interconnectedness. That's why we acting silly. That's why we faking Kalachakra. Okay. So that talk said, oh, I'm going to talk about Jonang Kalachakra. But there's no such thing, Jonang Kalachakra. Kalachakra is only one. There's no such a Jonang Kalachakra, Gelugpa Kalachakra, Sakyaba Kalachakra. There's no such thing. Just Kalachakra is one. Kalachakra Tantra is only one, comes from, you know, Shambhala. Shambhala Pyola. So what the difference is only Jonang Path focus Kalachakra. That means the main focus Kalachakra. The others did not focus Kalachakra. They like Kalachakra, they value all good Kalachakra, but didn't focus. Not the main focus. The Jonang Path doesn't mean Jonang Path perfect. Jonang Path did everything perfect. No. But did they focus? Yes. Did their main focus is Kalachakra? Yes. Do all Jonang Path everybody do perfect? No. The answer is no. As same as everybody is not going to be perfect. But did their main focus is Kalachakra? Yes. That's the only difference. Okay. So how become different? I tell you. All the Tibetan traditions. Before 11th century, there's no such thing Nyangma. They don't call Nyangma. Why? Because Nyangma means old one, ancient one. Because there's others no compare, so then there's no such thing Nyangma. Just nothing. Okay? There's no name Nyangma. And Satya named before, after permanent resident in great earth, that place. That's why I named. Garden, Gelugpa means garden, garden named after Tsongkhapa, found called garden, that place, founded after that called. Okay? Kargyupa same. Kargyupa is not the name of the place, name of the teaching they named. But all of them they named before, do they have lineage? Of course, they have lineage. They should have lineage from the Buddha. From the Buddha and then India and then all the way unbroken lineage. Everybody should have, right? The same thing Jonang named 13th century, only Kanpang Tukje Sondu, he made the permanent resident in Jomonang. And then after that, only for Jonang. Before that, Jonang lineage all the way from the Buddha, all the way, and Shambhala, from the Shambhala, all the way. But don't call Jonang. There's no name exists yet, right? So then what called that lineage? That's lineage called 6 yoga lineage. You know what means 6 yoga lineage? 6 yoga means Kalachakra 6 yogas. Kalachakra 6 yogas means the most high level of completion practices. They named by 6 yoga lineage. Enter 13th century. Okay. So that means the others, none of them say Kalachakra lineage. None of them say 6 yoga lineage. No. For instance, Satya. Before named Satya, what they call? They call Lamdi lineage. Okay. Because their practice, main practice is Lamdi. So that's why I call Lamdi lineage. Okay. So that means Kalachakra is Jonang always focus from the beginning into today. That's the main focus. That's why His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, he said, oh, we have come to the Kalachakra, we bow down, Jonang, say, okay, yes, sir, whatever you say. He said that many times. What that means? Oh, Jonang only lineage completely hold today until now. That does not mean the others never practice it. No, doesn't mean that. Do they have any individual? Some individuals, do they practice? Possible, who knows? Because we don't have well-known ones, but that's possible, very possible. But the others did not focus means institution-wise, monastery-wise, monastery program, monastery, what do you call? I forgot the names, but in the monastery, monastery system, yeah, practice system, do they have Kalachakra mapped? No, don't have it. Kalachakra Ngondo, Kalachakra preliminary, then Kalachakra generation, and then go to completion. No, nobody. I mean, today, nobody. But long term, seems a lot not. Maybe sometimes periods a little bit and then broke it or whatever, I don't know. But obviously see from the beginning, they say only Jonang core 6 yoga lineage. And today is very clear, it's only Jonang, which means a little bit unfortunate, because that's what I'm saying. If everybody focus on the Kalachakra, then more richer. More richer means like Shambhala. Because Shambhala is transcend because of Kalachakra. Before Kalachakra, Shambhala, and after Kalachakra introduced Shambhala, different. I think many people don't understand that. So same thing, if everybody we practice the Kalachakra, this world transform much quicker. That's I believe. That's my logic, okay? But they didn't, whatever reason. So then at least Gelugpas kept the rituals. Or Kalachakra means, or whole focus. Let's say I went to one Gelugpa in Tibet. They have 3,000 monks, one monastery, okay? They have, let's say, roughly 2,000 monks study only intellect. 1,000 focus on the rituals. Inside 1,000, let's say 300 focus only Kalachakra ritual. The others, many are all Tantra rituals. So that means all Tantra rituals together and Kalachakra, they made equal. So you see, Kalachakra is how extensive. So they're doing like that way. But that's only ritual, not preliminary practice, not study, extensive, no, maybe a little bit tiny study, but not much. And then no completion, no 6 yogas, nothing, 0. Okay? So make very clear, there is no 6 yogas anywhere other than Jonang, 0 today, 0. Okay? These people have to understand. Okay, there's some high yogi, let's say Kaljupa, one high yogi, hidden yogi practicing Kalachakra. We don't know that, okay? That's what I'm not talking about. But it's monasteries, institutions, program, 0. Okay, it's only only Jonang. Okay, so the Jonang doing only monks, only nuns in Tibet. Outside, very tiny, very little. Why? Because there's no qualified masters didn't come. Even they come, they don't, some maybe I could say, some could be qualified, I could say, but can't speak English. Or maybe no confidence, I don't know. Whatever, it is very rare, very rare. So that's why, in my mind, this is the most important to dedicate my life. Why? Now you know why it's so important. And then the other reason you have to know why it's so important. Because let's say, other than Jonang, Satyakajit, everybody long time flourished outside the world, right? Even in the West, long time, half a century, more than half a century. They flourish a lot. We could say a lot. There's all good benefit. Of course, flourish Dharma, of course, have benefits. It is great, very nice. But do we have like history, like in Tibet, like the great practitioners, they have incredible stories. Do we have any of like this happens in the West? I didn't hear, but I didn't hear means does not mean not exist. So I questioned many times other people. Nobody tell me anything. So it seems like not that huge benefit, because there should be benefit, because like Naropa's, okay, Dzogchen, the most high ones, everything, Lamdi, everything, people claims they're teaching a long time, not short time. So why never had any extraordinary practitioner? I'm not criticizing, okay? I'm just questioning. We should analyze why. So one of my guess, with reasoning, with logic, probably mixed with some politics, some worldly intentions, but that's normal. But also maybe lose the security, because Vajrayana is secret. Secret means, it does not mean for everybody, but there is a boundary which part should be present, what kind of people should be present, should be teach. Not everything like Kalachakra empowerment. Everybody say, oh, Kalachakra have total like 16 empowerments, okay? 16, but Kalachakra is very famous because 16 empowerment is going on same time. But did you understood what it means? Oh, don't know. So many people attend the Kalachakra empowerment. They said they didn't understand nothing. Not just normal people, even like professors, incredible intelligent people. They said, oh, did not understood. But we do that. And all the Nyamapa, incredible high Dzogchen, Kagyubaz, Mudra, so many things, everything in the public in the book. The most of the precious books in the public publication. That means anybody can read. Probably that is the reason we have Dharma practitioners, but we don't have excellent ones, incredible ones, like role models. That's my guess, okay? If I'm wrong, no problem. You can scold me. But I'm thinking probably one of the reasons. So that's why what I'm doing is, few years ago, 10 years, maybe 15 years ago, I informed Jonang in Tibet. So this situation, Jonang not flourished or sight yet. So one way is very bad because everybody flourished, Jonang not. But one way is maybe good because we learn from others' mistakes. So we can make more, appropriate way to present Dharma. So I wrote text, what should present, what should not present, what should be secret, what should not be secret. I wrote that and I gave the Jonang leader and the most senior Kampo Shirap and Jonang Jamgun Jimya Dorji. I give them. Anything you disagree, you can add, or you can add, or you can reduce, or you can add anything. They said, no need, all perfect. So they just stamped everything. So then we translated, is available in my website. The old Tibetan copies. I send any journal I know, I send everybody. If people not listen, break rules, we can't do anything because we are not government. We can't punish anybody, right? But so I announced, and I will announce, continue. That's why I follow myself in this way. So that's why I give Kalachakra empowerment, not His Holiness is like this long version, because firstly, His Holiness, this like for instance, organization, I remember 2012 in Washington, D.C., 1,000 people volunteered and $4.5 million cost, 1 year preparation. I can't do that. Impossible. I have not that capacity. Okay. So what I can do is I make short version. Sometimes that's even better because the long version people don't understand. So His Holiness, when do this, he have to do very fast because so long everything, right? And then the translators cannot catch. They catch only, I don't know how many percentage. You guys attend, you know. So I'm not doing that. I made short, condensed version. I made book for this. And step by step, number one, now, number second, this in front of yourself, book, explain what are you doing now. And then I explain from the beginning, like today, and during the empowerment, as much as I can, but you have book. Everything one by one. Number one, second, third. You, as long as you know numbers, you not miss up, you have understand. So this is my way. But I'm not giving everything because the very, very high empowerment is in the public. Maybe His Holiness and like this incredible lamas maybe have some benefit, but from me, no. I don't see the benefit. So instead, I give this empowerment or this much public need. I given that. And the most high ones who is ready to practice seriously, they understand the value. They do all the preparations and they all condition. When I see the qualified disciple only given for them, not for public, because public you just throw away everything. They don't understand. So what is the point? So that is my way, and that's my reason. Okay, I hope this is very clear, but I can stop here, and I can explanation more tomorrow, and then Friday I can explain what is Shambhala, because nobody knows what is Shambhala. What is happening in the Shambhala? What is connecting with us, Shambhala? And how important is the Shambhala? How important the Shambhala Pure Land is, how important than the others, other Pure Lands in Shambhala, what is the difference? Nobody understands. So I have two books, one for English, and the Shambhala publication, they publish many languages, I believe. And I have one book in Tibet, okay? I wrote in Tibet, different book, different time I wrote. So, yeah, so anybody interested, only Tibetan, if anybody interested, you can leave the email or something. We can get you a free book, Shambhala, okay, in the future. Yeah, So Shambhala is big there because nobody explained the Shambhala very clearly in the past. Nobody wrote a big book on Shambhala. Nobody. So many Westerners interested in Shambhala, even is Hilla. Okay, why Hilla interested in Shambhala? Because he think, oh, if I'm connected with Shambhala, then I become the leader of the world. You know, interpreted wrong way. Wrong intention, but it's still it's still interested. So good ones, of course, many good reasons people are interested and bad reasons interest. But nobody really understood what is exactly. So I have that books. So yeah. So today I stop here. If people have any questions, I can answer. Okay.
Thank you, Rinpoche. That was very, very informative. We appreciate you very much and look forward to the other sessions that are coming. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions in the room? No, I have a question, and maybe folks will think of something.
Yeah.
We have the benefit of you being here. I hope this isn't a silly question, but it might be.
It's okay.
If everyone pretend in the world were to practice Kalachakra right now, why would the golden age come about? Why, in other words, why is it a possibility for the golden age to come about because we practice Kalachakra? What is it about that would cause the golden age to come about?
You mean if everyone fake?
No, not fake. Like if we really did it.
Oh.
Why would the golden age come about? What is it about that practice that would make that happen?
So if everybody practices Kalachakra, the golden age come quickly. How do we know? We have many reasons. One of the reasons is Kalachakra only explain the connection of the external the world, internal individual's person, and their enlightened qualities, interconnectedness. Only Kalachakra explained. That's why we have a better understanding, because usually people is only objective. People happiness and cause and condition of happiness, everything people expect like external. So that means they don't understand the internal is more important than external, and their interconnectedness people not understand. So that's why Kalachakra, if everybody focus Kalachakra, then the Kalachakra, you know, like the Kalachakra teachings much more brighter than even now. So how do I know that? Because the Shambhala that happens. Shambhala, you know, Buddha first taught, not taught anybody, taught only Shambhala, right? Why? Because they are qualified. So that's why Shambhala, that's why it happens, transform very quickly. So that's why we have a role model like the Shambhala, what happens, we also should be happen, same thing. So that's of the reason, okay? And they also, the prophesize why Shambhala focus is our golden age, no, not anybody else, only Shambhala. The Shambhala means a perfect ocean of Kalachakra Dharma. So compare Kalachakra and Shambhala, compare here, we are just tiny drop of water. If the Shambhala Kalachakra is like ocean. It's not Kalachakra different. We understand and we our familiarization and understand it, our connection is just tiny compare. So that's why if everybody focus, that means we become another Shambhala. Similar Shambhala, not exactly Shambhala. First, golden age means not, some people think, oh, we become Shambhala, or we become, you know, like, no. First, perfect world become like that. And then slowly, individually, and then it can transcend in the Shambhala. That's why.
Rinpoche, there's some questions online. If you could teach a little bit on the 6 Vajra Yogas, because originally tonight we had mentioned you were going to explain the path related to the 6 Vajra Yogas. So we have some questions about that.
Yes. Okay. 6 yogas also are kind of very important, but kind of abuse it, because people say, oh, people like big names, like in the modern time, we abuse and many important words. Every day people say, oh, fantastic, wonderful, brilliant, awesome, like treasury. All this word is used all the time. So then something wonderful happened. We don't have any extra word used, right? Because we use too often too little things. That's I call we abused these important words. Same way the yoga, 6 yogas, everything people used for advertisement. But the real 6 yogas is Kalachakra only. Even Naropa 6 yogas is not 6 yogas, 6 dharmas. We call Naro Chutu. Chu means dharma. Okay. And also, not only the name, but when the practice also very different, profound. Because let's say everybody likes Tammo, remember? Oh, Tammo. Oh, yes. 6 Naropa 6 yogas. Oh, Tammo. People, oh, I go into the water and come back. Freeze in water, go inside, then come back. Oh, look. So that means they understanding Tammo is so little. So little means you can show only in the physical level little bit benefit. Tammo is not like that. Similarly, any of these things mixing with a generation and like that way, not understand. First, you have to understand the generation practice. Robert Thurman, he want to use as creation. He want to creation practice. He want to use like creation, not generation, but whatever the people favor. Creation, you can say creation. You create in your own world. Generation also because you generate means also you making something, So what the difference is generation practice, we can practice with our conceptual mind. Normal conceptual mind, you can practice. Generation, no problem. And then people think, oh, completion practice also or something in the conception. People think like that way. Or different visualization, different this, they think they call is a completion practice. No. Kalachakra completion practice is so different. It's nothing to do with your conceptual practice. When you are ready for the preliminaries, your conditions, your qualification, your priorities, number 1 focus, a Kalachakra path. These things, all conditions happen together. What happens? You go beyond conception. Go beyond conception. No concept at all, nothing to do with concept. So that's why the first yoga called withdraw. Withdraw means what? You withdraw. We withdraw your 5 senses. Usually we see this, we hear this, right? All of them withdraw. No You don't want to see anything. You don't want to hear anything. You don't want to smell anything. Nothing. Go beyond that. What means you're not actively creating like generation. Generation practice, if it's simple, put a simple way, a simple understanding way, is kind of imagination. But we should not call imagination because we imagine in something real, not imagining something not. That's why we should not call this, but to simple way understand it is imagination. But the completion is nothing to do with your concept, nothing to do with your imagination. Instead, you this gathering together these conditions right way, and then you experiencing Buddha nature, basically. You experiencing Buddha nature without your concept. Okay, that's why you call it 10 science. Called 10 science come first yoga. And then you continue practice, this 10 science becomes whenever you want is there. Whatever, wherever you want, whenever you want, if it's there, that means you first yoga mastered. You complete the first yoga. So like that. So then what to do next yoga is you already had that one. You practice this with this. Again, another practice. It's not you not created. You are just continue familiarize that, and then just happens naturally. It happens naturally, not you created. Okay, so that means the second yoga term, if you are becomes mastery of second yoga, what happens? Or the karmic sound, the karmic distance, you can replacement the enlightened Vajra sound, Vajra image, Vajra smell, or you can replacement. So that means you are, let's say you are in jail. Let's say you are in jail, and the punishment punish you. You are in the toilet. You have to incredible smelly toilet, not that Western flush toilet. Okay, if you have to sleep there, you have to live there. If you have second yoga mastered person, you can't smell it. Okay, because smell is the only karmic, samsaric karmic smell. So your vajra smell take over that, cannot smell at all, zero. So like that. So this way, the first yoga, you basically you had contact like people, let's say people, kin or queen or whatever. First you become friends of them. That's your Buddha nature, okay? Your Buddha nature, your true Buddha nature is if this king and queen, the royal family, first yoga means you have connected with them, you know very well each other. And second yoga means whatever you say, they do for you. The royal family, okay? Because you are so valuable for them. They do everything for you. Second yoga is like that. Okay? And third yoga means you have a more capacity. You know, before you only meditation level you have capacity, right? The meditation level also in your dark place or day place at that time only. But third yoga means now you start working your physical body, physical inner range and distance. Then you have another capacity. So that is that time the real Tamo comes. Real Tamo. not the imagination Tammo. Okay, rest Tammo comes, but it's Tammo is one of the, one of the 10 important. One of Tammo is one of them. This way happens. And then the fourth yoga term, you working with your bindu. No, now you already mastered with your wind, and then you working with bindu. And then you have incredible capacities, incredible. Fifth yoga means, you not your capacity before with human, with condition like this, but no more human condition. So we call great Maha Mudra, which means is everything your own creation. That means your feminine, your masculine, both is mastered inside within you. So like that. And then sixth yoga is just really going through the 12 Burmese and reach 13th Burmese as Buddhahood. So like that. Very short way to explain. I said when we make Jonang as rules, I say we can allow to explain what it is, but we not allowed to explain how you do it for the public. How we do it, we make in each yoga, we make a book. Each yoga, we make a new book and practice with only these qualified people we given them. That's what we're doing. Okay, so I can this short explain today.
Ricochet, another question about the Vajra Yogas. Someone asking, you were bestowing the 6 Vajra Yogas in this program that's ending in 2029, because we said we were doing one or so a year. They are under the impression that maybe you have to do all of them one after the other, and then maybe you're never giving them again. So should they even make an effort to start? So will you be giving these yogas ever again after 2029? Did they miss out all the opportunity because they didn't start several years ago?
Okay, 2029, we hoping we finish in 2021 or 2029. But that doesn't mean we have guarantee going to finish, because the people's practice slow, not prioritize enough, not focus enough, then we have to be slowed down. So no guarantee to finish in 2029. And also, it does not mean never give again, but also never, it will give again, no guarantee. No guarantee. There's nothing's guarantee. You just have to see, is well benefit, is good enough benefit. More likely, yes, more likely, huge benefit. More likely, it should be give again. And many people, thousands of people, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, should be. That should be. So we should be optimistic. That's all.
Okay, just to add to that, you haven't missed out, so you can start on the path now. And also, it's not like the 6 dharmas of Naropa. So it's not like you just take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You might take one and practice it for 5 years. So it's not like just because he gave 6 in a row, everybody's getting 6 yogas. So if you're still thinking about starting the Jonang path, don't worry, you can start.
Yeah, is the most important is not the finish. Is the most important is if you do properly, even you just first yoga achieved, that's huge. You cannot achieve anything better in this world. Even the first yoga I can achieve. That is huge. There's no anything bigger than this. There's no anything valuable than this. Even first yoga. Why? Because I tell you, in Sutrayana, we say 3 countless eons you can reach Buddhahood, right? But countless means it's not innumerable. Countless, that's just name of the 60 zeros. Okay? 60 zeros, we Tibetan call Tamit, the name. Like when we say trillion, like that kind of name is called Tamit. That eons, not just years. Eons means that's just unbelievable. But the most important, when you directly realize your own Buddha nature, so that means you are the saved, never in samsara ever again. You just continue to go to the Buddhahood, right? So that's everybody agree. All Tibetans agree. Or doesn't matter what tradition, everybody agree. So that part is first yoga achieved means you already reached that place. First yoga. If you not just you practice and try in first yoga, okay? I'm saying you completed the first yoga means you are already there. Seen part, third part, the seen part, if we compare the Sutrayana.
Rinpoche, another question is, when you master Kalachakra, is it different than Mahamudra or Dzogchen, or is it all the same when you master it?
Mahamudra is have confusion because Mahamudra is the ultimate consult called also Mahamudra, and then some viewpoint is called also like Majjhimika. That kind of view is also called Mahamudra. So it's a little bit tricky and confusing what the person's what you talking about Mahamudra, you know. So I can't answer very clear. Now Dzogchen also the Dzogchen view, you're talking about Dzogchen view or you're talking about Dzogchen the result. If the ultimate result, then is any of practices, the ultimate result is nothing wrong. All of them great. Okay? Through the Dzogchen also you can achieve a rainbow body like that. So in Kalachakra we don't call rainbow body usually. Sometimes we call, usually we call the Tonsuk Dorjik. So Tonsuk Dorjik, the Vajra empty form body. So basically anything you result achieve, all of them great, no problem. But the problem is how you do it, the result, the tool, or how to say, this path we're talking about Kalachakra is great that we're talking about, not saying the result is different. The result could be equal, but the path, the Kalachakra, we have so much, how to say, important. Before I said updated version of the path. That's why is more value in it. And then this connection with Shambhala and this earth and all these things is very incredible value. So we should not miss out. That's talking about.
Any other questions online?
Rinpoche, someone has taught their children to chant the Kalachakra mantra. They're wondering if it's okay for the children to chant it. They thought because they're ignorant and don't know what they're doing, maybe it has some benefit and not hurt them. But now they're wondering.
Any dharma never hurt anybody. Okay? So the Tantra is secret because sometimes secret means does not mean everything secret. Okay? You have to understand secret does mean not everything secret, but some parts is secret for some people. Why? Because one, you misunderstand, you take a wrong way, and then you have problem. But that is not Dharma's problem, it's your own problem, your own limitation. That's the problem. So that's why somebody have no bad intention or anything, just reading Kalachakra mantra. Of course, you have benefit, no harmful at all. Okay? And then the other thing is when is not, everything is not secret, then too much available, and then is human nature when you lose, how to say, too much availability, then people lose the appreciation. That's human nature. When you lose the appreciation, then Vajrayana, that's big there. So all your realizations, enlightenment, everything, how dependent, how much you appreciate, go that way. When you have no appreciation and you just want to like trade way, like transaction way, and then you have problem. That's why it's secret. Otherwise, no need secret. Okay. And also, I want to mention today a little briefly. I don't know why, but Dharma disease going everywhere. Everywhere I went to 40 countries. Everywhere I go, there's Dharma disease. So Dharma disease means everybody have this kind of idea. Oh, I am yellow hat. Or should I, maybe I shouldn't follow red hat. I'm a red hat, I shouldn't follow yellow hat. Oh, I have teacher, master, so I shouldn't focus other. People have this disease. I don't know who transmit this disease, but everywhere. So this is a very serious disease. Why? Because that means you doing, like you put in Dharma is like form of like samsara, jealous, people competing. You put that form, right? So if the jealous person, oh, my wife, my husband, you cannot touch that kind of jealousy. My Lama, my tradition, red heart, yellow heart, they see is something enemy each other, or at least jealous, compete. That's not Dharma at all. That's the sectarian, and that is, how to say, discrimination created this whole world problem. So you put in Dharma in that form, that category. So that's very, very important to not do this. The other thing people have, oh, I don't go this empowerment because I already have empowerment. What are you talking about? Would you say, oh, I'm not go shower because I don't shower 10 years ago? I'm not going to eat food because I eat 10 days ago. What are you talking about? And another problem is, oh, I cannot go because I have this empowerment, this sadhana. And then I already have 5 empowerments and 5 sadhanas. I cannot do another sadhana. So that means those people told you your commitment, Tantra commitment is sanna. But then if you sanna, you finish, you miss out the sanna, then you have big problem. That like also like very difficult French. You know, very difficult to maintain friends. That kind of your yatam is like that, because if you miss sarna, then you have a punishment. Or you change sarna, then you have punishment. That's also dizzy of dharma. Dharma dizzy. It's not real dharma. Why? Because dharma is for liberation, not for burden, and not make you difficult life. It's make you a release from the samsara. It's not creating another samsaric problem. So please understand those things. And also people have idea, oh, I don't go empowerment because I cannot keep the commitments, samaya. Nga bhangla mando ni tam sik tong tok kumari. That's Tibetan say. Nga bhangla mando ni tam sik tong tok kumari. Tam sik ma tong na nyarwa chegre ba. If I not maintain the samaya, I go to hell. So better to not even go. So that's a huge misunderstanding. Why? Because in Tibetan say, because Tibet is very cold, you know. So that's why I say, as many as empowerment and as many as clothes, as so the better, because too cold. So why empowerment is many times is better? Why? Because every time, if you are sincere, every time you taken a empowering, dharma empowerment you. Yes, you promise samaya, yes. But even you keep this samaya in only 1 hour or 1 day is 1 trillion times better than never took. Yes, you break. Yes, consequences, yes. But instead you compare, never took, which one better? 1 trillion times better you take. But you don't have to break all the time. Why? And even you break, you can prepare, repair. Because that's Vajrayana special. It's not like Vinaya, monks, nuns, Patimoksha. Sosotari Domba. Sosotari Domba, Chik Tawa Chik Jagna, Chaksatita, Soyayo Mari. Vajrayana, anytime you can repair. So those things, important things, I think people have really misunderstood. It's so unfortunate. So that's why I mentioned briefly today. But I'm going to talk details on Friday.
Rinpoche, maybe we should wind down here, but we have a few more questions, and those questions actually are great for tomorrow's teaching. People are curious about if there'll ever be a path for lay practitioners in the West, if any of them will ever end up qualified high enough to be able to give a Kalachakra empowerment. And also, if you've ever met anybody who's actualized the first, second, third, fourth, fifth yoga, and what are they like? Do they leave their family? Do these yogis abandon the world? Everything doesn't matter to them once they can cancel out the smell. Rinpoche, does the whole world, they don't care anymore and they go run off, or do they still work in the world? So they're curious about the lives of these practitioners of the Vajra Yogas. So Rinpoche actually tomorrow is talking about this subject. He's going to share with us more about the realized Jonang practitioners and lineage holders. So you can stay tuned and maybe you'll get your answer tomorrow to this question. And for those of you who keep asking online, you don't need your book yet for the empowerment. It's in the Learning Center and you can download it, but we will make sure you have it by the time you need it Saturday morning. So today is a public talk. So Friday we will, for those registered for the empowerment, make sure you have access to your book, but it is already in the Learning Center. So Rinpoche, should we conclude this evening? You want to say?
Yes, you can conclude. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about these things, and also I'm going to talk about Shambhala. What is Shambhala, and what people misunderstood, and in what is the benefit, and how look like in Shambhala, how life in Shambhala, and how what cause and conditions to reborn in Shambhala. What is benefit? All of them I'm going to talk as well. Okay.